lovelies. Today I'm unhauling 75 books, so stay tuned. So as you can see here, I have a lot of books to unhaul, and I'm going to move the camera a little bit closer and we can go over what these are and why I'm getting rid of them. Okay, so if you've seen my previous unhauls, you know that we recently moved and I was getting rid of a ton of books before the move, and well, I'm finding I'm still having to get rid of books because I didn't get rid of enough. Yeah, so some of these are books that I've read and they were fine, or I didn't like them, and some of them were books that I'm never gonna get to. So let's just jump right in. The first one I have here is Emily the Strange Dark Times novel, and I was very much interested in this, but it's not the first book in a series, and I honestly just don't think I'm ever going to get around to getting the first book and reading it, so this one's going. Next up is Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Alire Sainz, and I read this, I think I gave it like a 4 or maybe a 3.5, I can't remember. It was fine. I don't see myself reading it again. Next up is this trilogy. We have 1 Second After, 1 Year After, and The Final Day by William R. Forstchen. And I read the first one and I gave it 3.5. I read the second one and I gave it 4 stars. But each time I was never super interested in picking this up after, you know, years of having it. And then I read the sequel and I wasn't like dying to read it. And I just really don't have the interest in bothering to pick up the third. So I'm not going to continue. They were good, just something to easily get rid of. Another one that I enjoyed, I think I gave this 4, was graphic novel The Avant-Gardes Volume 1. Like I said, I think I gave it 4 stars. I enjoyed it. I don't see myself rereading it or continuing the series because I wasn't like hooked on it. So this one's gonna go. The Dark Matter of Mona Starr by Laura Lee Coolidge. This is another graphic novel. I can't remember exactly what I gave this. I want to say it was like a 3.5 or a 4 star. It was good, but same as Avant-Gardes. And this kind of goes in the same category. Actually, this and the next one both, I think I gave all of those 4 stars and enjoyed them. I'm just not going to read them again. So we have Hexvet by Sam Davies. Super cute. Then Hotel Dare by Terry Blas and Claudia Aguirre. Also very cute. Now for this one, I would be tempted to read the sequel if there was a sequel. Whenever there was a sequel. Then we have Fence Volume 1. This was actually gifted to me by my mother-in-law. I read this one and I was kind of like, eh. And I ended up checking the rest out from the library, and it was okay. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. It was just fine. Okay, next is A Million Little Things by Susan Mallory. I think this is part of a series, but I'm not entirely certain. I can't remember. There's an Einstein right here. I looked up each and every one of these books on Goodreads to see if they were part of a sequel or part of the series or anything. Hi, baby. And like the ratings and all of that. He's trying desperately to get in my lap and I'm not letting him. Okay, next up is Dragonswood by Janet Lee Carey. I think this was a sequel as well. I don't remember. And I don't have the first book. If I didn't have the first book and I wasn't like desperate to read the first book, which obviously I'm not if I still have it after years and haven't read it, then I just wanted to get rid of it. Next is Grave Goods by Arena Franklin. And I think this was also part of a series. Then we have Smokescreen by Sandra Brown. I think this is like a detective or something. Yeah, police thing. And I really wasn't that interested. Then I have a few mass market paperbacks. So I have Blood Ties by Sharon Sala. And he moved my tripod anyway. Okay. I think this was part of a series. Then we have Dark Room by Andrea Kane. This is a detective kind of thing. Then we have Innocent as Sin by Elizabeth Lowell. And I can't remember what the thing was with this, but I don't know. It might have been that it was a cop thing or part of a series. I don't know. And then we have Cold Blooded by Lisa Jackson. I think this is a cop type thing. Xanadu Phoenix by Greg Iles. This is part of a series. Forget Me Not by Brenda Jackson. I think also part of a series. And Shadow Joan by Iris and Roy Johansson. This, what was this? Marine type thing. Next up, I have The Pilot's Wife by Anita Shreve. I think this one was because of Goodreads ratings, but I can't remember. Who Plugged Roger Rabbit by Gary K. Wolfe. Okay, so I loved Who Framed Roger Rabbit. And I saw this, I forget where I found this, probably at a library book sale or something. And I was just like, I've got to have this. But I've never read it, and I don't think I ever will, so it's going. Then I have Beverly Cleary, Ramona and Her Father. This is part of the part of the Ramona series. I don't really need this one book. I also have another copy of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory by Roald Dahl, so I don't need this one. I have, this is, I'm not sure if it's a chapter sampler or, yeah, it's like a chapter sampler for Witchy graphic novel. And then I have a comic of May, which I also have the graphic novel of May and didn't really care for it all that much. And then I have Inheritance and Brazinger by Christopher Palini, and I just don't see myself ever reading these big chunkers. These I bought years ago because of my friend Clint, and then I've just never read them, and I don't know that I really care to read them because it's just not my type of book. That is First to Die by James Patterson, and I also have 10th Anniversary. When I got them, I didn't realize that these are actually part of a series, and this is the first book in the series, and this is the 10th book in the series. I got them for a whole $1.75. That's 75 cents for one and $1 for the other. Then I have An Arc of the Last Widow by Karen Slaughter. I think this was, oh, it's like an FBI kind of thing. Or maybe it was the ratings that got me. Then we have The Wedding Shop by Rachel Hawk. This is part of a series, I do believe. Next up is Always a Thief by Kay Hooper. And I don't remember what the thing was with this. Maybe it was the rating on Goodreads. Next up is The Divorce Party by Laura Dave. I've read this. I gave it 4 stars, but I knew while reading it, I knew this was not going to be a book I would ever want to pick back up and read again. It hurt. It hurt, but not in the kind of way that it wasn't a good cry kind of thing. And so, even though it was a really good book, I wouldn't read it again. Next up is Dust to Dust by Tammy Hogue. And I can't remember. Oh, Homicide Investigation. Hello, Einstein. So yeah, another detective type thing. Then we have The Christmas Scrapbook by Philip Gully. And I think this was actually part of a series. Your head is all up in the way. He's looking for more TREATS. but they're not getting any right now. Okay, next up is A Touch Morbid by Lee Clifford. Yeah. And I think this was part of a series. Yeah, it's the riveting sequel to A Touch Mortal. So technically, I counted each of these as one book, but there's actually like 4 books in each, I think. These are like Reader's Digest books. So this has Forever Friday by Timothy Lewis, The Rosie Project by Graham Simison, Deadline by Sandra Brown, and The Melody of Secrets by Jeffrey Stepikoff. And I don't see myself reading these. They were given to me. Somebody my mom worked for was getting rid of them, and my mom gave them to me. Then I have this one, which has The Wanted by Robert Crace, Rise and Shine Benedict Stone by Phaedra Patrick, The Vanishing Season by Joanna Schaffenson, and Talk to the Pew by Melinda Metz. And then I have this one, which has The Bad Daughter by Joe Fielding, The Recipe Box by Viola Shipman, The First Family by Michael Palmer and Daniel Palmer, and Collared by David Rosenfeld. Okay, next up is I have this whole box set. It's such a nice box set, but they're more like children's books that I'm not as interested in reading. I got them like a long time ago to read them with Xander, or for Xander to read. And at this point in time, he's 16. He's outgrown these for the most part. And I've read the first one and it was really good. I really enjoyed it. But I'm not interested enough to keep this whole big box set. This might be one I end up actually like trying to sell on eBay or something. But this is the E.L. Konigsberg set. It has From the Mix-Up Files of Mrs. Basil E. Frankenwheeler, which is the one I read. It was super cute. Jennifer, Hecate, Macbeth, William McKinley, and me, Elizabeth. The View from Saturday, The Outcast of 19 Schuler Place, Silent to the Bone, A Proud Taste for Scarlet and Minerva, Journey to an 800 Number, My Father's Daughter, The Second Miss Gioconda, The Mysterious Edge of the Heroic World, Einstein's between me and the camera, George, About the Benai Bagels, Tea Bags, T-shirts, Coat and Suit, Throwing Shadows, and Up from Jericho Tell. Sorry for all the moving around. This is another box set that I got mostly for Xander, and he's just really not interested anymore, and that is the Hardy Boys. I have books 1 through 10 in the Hardy Boys Adventures. Einstein, you're moving my tripod, dude. Why do you gotta clean your paws right here? He is literally like, his nose is up under the tripod and he's trying to clean his paw under the tripod. Okay, so these are the first 10 books in the, or I don't even know, maybe it's all 10 books, I don't know, in the Hardy Boys Adventures series. So we have Secret of the Red Era, Mystery of the Phantom Heist, The Vanishing Game, Into Thin Air, Peril at Granite Peak, The Battle of Bayport, Shadows at Predator Reef, Deception on the Set, The Curse of the Ancient Emerald, and Tunnel of Secrets. This is another one that I probably will put on eBay or something. Then I have this Area Handbook series. It's Germany, A Country Study. Then I have A Bro Code by Kendall Ryan. And I enjoyed this. This was a good time, but won't read it again. Asylum by Madeline Rowe. I think I gave this like 3.5. It was interesting, but I don't care enough to continue the series. Midnight Beauties by Megan Shepherd. I read this series. This was the only, I think this was the only one that I had, and so I don't really need to keep that. And that was an ARC. Then I have The Lovely Bones by Alice Sebold. Read it. It was fine, but probably not going to read it again. I Hope You Get This Message by Farah Nazrishi. I think this one was based on the Goodreads ratings for it because I think it had pretty low ratings. Can't remember though. Then I have The Inexplicable Logic of My Life by Benjamin Alire Signs. This is another one. I think I gave it 4 stars, maybe 3.5, but I'm not going to read it again. Amal Unbound by Ayesha Saeed. This one was really good. I want to say 4.5 stars, something like that. But I just don't see myself rereading it. Same with Stealing Snow by Daniel Page. This was like 4.5 stars, but I'm not gonna read it again. And then I have Tiger by William Riker. I think this is part of a series, but I can't recall. It might have just been a rating thing. And those are all 75 books that I am getting rid of in this haul. It's quite a bit. Sorry that it's chaotic. I think any video that I'm going to film for as long as Einstein has access to me, or even in the next room access, it's going to be chaotic. And I'm sorry, but I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a big thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like this, click that subscribe button down below. And until next time, remember to always be completely you. Bye.